Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel, and it's now time for us to start off with a discussion segment on this morning on ITV. Well, there is an adage which states that there is no place like home. For that reason, we want to start off from what is going on in Edo State, talking about the delay in the formation of the state executive council, the impact, years of delay. They've been talking about it, saying that our beloved governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, made a promise to Edo citizens, saying that in the month of February, it will be a thing of the past because they might have been inaugurated and government will just go on smoothly. And here we are, February, March, month of April is coming to an end. We're about entering into May. Many persons have been talking about it. What is really going on? How come we have an institution where the permanent secretary seems to be the ones in charge? How come that we have three key figures, so to speak? Yes, that's the allegation, that three figures are the ones running Edo State. They talked about the governor, the deputy governor, and of course the gentleman, the perfect gentleman, yes, Ogenwoyi Chris. Yeah, but I'm making a mistake here. Yeah. Osarodio Ogie, yes, thank you so much. Yes, Osarodio Ogie, three of them, they seem to be the one in charge of governance. These are the allegations that is making the round, and some persons feel cool about it, while some others are saying this ought not to be. It should be an inclusive government. Is not meant for just three persons, but they are saying it's not only three persons that are really running this government. We have orders, we have the permanent secretaries doing their job. What about the approval of the how will I put it now, the assistants, so to speak, people working for the government of the day? People are like asking, what about the commissioners? Appear to form the thoughts of persons that are having interest in government, so that government can really move forward. Be here in the studio to talk about this. I have a legal practitioner, Barrister Emmanuel Obakolo. Barrister Emmanuel, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition. I appreciate your coming.
Good morning, Wilson, and viewers at home.
All right, very close to him is our comrade Omo Osifo, a political analyst and of course public affairs commentator. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning, my people of Edo State.
All right.
We're saying good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And sitting very close to me is a very vibrant youth, a political analyst. Some call him comrade. Yeah. Comrade Stanley Osakonuhodi. Welcome to TMI on this edition.
Thank you very much for having me here, Wilson.
All right. Now, there've been an approval by the Edo State Assembly talking about, SA or SSA, 17 of them, something of that nature, for them to really come into governance to contribute their own quota to development. Yes, the House signed to it. But people are still asking, what about the commissioners? What about the full package? We want to talk about Edo State Executive Council for government to move swiftly and smoothly. What is really going on? I want to start from our legal practitioner. Some of the opinion that Edo State is being run by three figures. Yes, Esquire Osarodio Ogie, and of course Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu, and of course the governor himself. But they are saying it's not true that the government of the day is running smoothly, because we have other persons also involved making things to work. What do you have to say about the allegation, Barrister Emmanuel Obakolo?
We'll see. When one is tempted to discuss issues like this, first and foremost, one is as a legal practitioner, we must go to the grown-up, which is the Constitution. Now, Section 192, subsection 1 of the extant Constitution provides, and I quote, "There shall be such offices of commissioners of the government of a state as may be established." I want us to take note of the modal auxiliary verb may, as may be established by the governor of the state. Subsection 2, any person that is appointed or nominated into the office of a commissioner must be confirmed by the State House of Assembly in conformity with section 14 subsection 4 of the same extant constitution. Now, section 14 subsection 4 of the constitution, that section provides that for the purpose of governance and the recognition of the people of a state or a local government council, that all must be done in diversity of the people. Diversity of the people. We'll see. Our political leaders only take advantage of what they feel is good to them. And that's why we see today section 192 subsection 1 of the extant constitution seem to favor the governor. And like we see it today in Nigeria. Some time ago in 2014, the president of this nation laid a precedent, and it is sad that Edo State governor is the first person to follow such precedent. One may be established by the governor of the state. May is a wish. May is a desire. And these political leaders feel that the wish or the may is to their own advantage. No, it depends on them to either wish or desire. But that is not the truth. In the spirit and letters of the constitution, the wish and the desire is of the people. Now the people desire, the people wish that commissioners should be appointed. We should have a state executive council. Why the delay?
All right, you're throwing the question back at me. Interesting. After picking up from the Constitution, Amo Osifo, you heard him. He talked about wish, he talked about may, but someone saying that in the Constitution, shall is the operational word there. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, Barrister Emmanuel Obakbolo. So what do you feel about this?
I think I feel pains in my heart. Till date, we don't have commissioner in Edo State. The cabinet have not been formed. Elections have come, have gone. The governor have been sworn in. One we were expecting, for the fact that is coming for the second time, by now, this cabinet might have been formed by now. You do look at the word democracy. Look at the definition of democracy. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. What makes democracy to be dynamic? Bring everybody together to govern in affair of a state. Now, look at what we are having here in Edo State. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-man show. Democracy is not run anywhere in the world as a one-man show. It's only the governor being the commissioner for infrastructure, commissioner for health, commissioner for environment, commissioner for everything. Is that kind of democracy we yearn for? That is not democracy we say. Democracy means everybody should come to the table. Whether you are from Owan West, whether you are from Owan East, whether you are from Central Central, whether you are from one there, all the 18 local governments should be represented. I saw during the election, brilliant young men from Edo State, crossing all the local corners of Edo State, galvanizing vote for Obaseki, thinking at the end of the day, as he win the election, he will call this young man, come, let's build this state together. Let's galvanize resources and build this state together. Now there's no commissioner. Is the government going to tell Omo Osifo that those people that galvanize support, galvanize vote in the midnight, in the street, in our environment, even in our local community, moving from house to house, they cause some mosquito campaign? Where are those young men? Some of them came to your studio here to galvanize vote for the governor. Are you telling me that the governor will not think that these people, let me select few from them. Let me shock you, Mr. Wilson. Democracy is all about the party. I should hold the party responsible for all this. Because according to Electoral Act, Obaseki did not win election. It was the PDP as a party that won the election. If you look at the ballot, Obaseki name was not there. Obaseki picture was not there. The governor picture was not there. It was only the PDP as acronym and PDP as his party logo was on the ballot.
Right.
Now the party have to wake up and do the needful.
Okay.
What I'm thinking is finally, are they waiting for their sons to graduate from abroad so that they become commissioner?
Hold it right now. Now, this is where I put my foot on the ground. Hold it now, and I'm going to tell you, please, watch your emotions. Watch your emotions. Because
I will not watch my emotions.
No, you have to.
I will not watch my emotions.
You have to because this is, millions are watching, millions are listening. We have rules and regulations governing the airways. So following your thought, yeah, you almost went out of control, but you've made your point. So please calm down. From what is it talked about settlement of boys, and of course, it's saying that the party PDP should be held responsible for this delay. Stan.
Very firstly, I think I may not disagree with the both panelists on ground, but we are going to look at issues critically. Yeah. It is also true that constitutionally and what is obtainable in a contemporary urban world is for a government to form, for those elected to form a functional government. It is true. No dispute about that. When we talk about galvanizing vote by the power of God Almighty, we did all we could, including all the lies, to ensure that this government comes into being. But beyond that,
what are you waiting for now?
Hold on, no, do not interject. Do not interject.
I have not disputed that. I have not disputed that. As at now, we are supposed to have this executive structure put on ground. But let's be sincere. Let's look at outside the law in itself. You know, for those of you who happens to be a lawyer, you have rooms for what we call ADR, alternative dispute resolution, outside the confine of the court. That is when both parties agrees to address a particular problem militating against them, and they believe that they don't want the judge to be part of it. They cannot look at it from the alternative angle. The truth of the matter is simple. Before the governor went to PDP, there was already a big fight in the APC, which led to a situation where the PDP gave a template for the governor to run. And so many supporters moved with the governor alongside to PDP. And PDP already have an existing structure on ground. Believe you me, even if they are not coming to the media to tell you that things are happening, be rest assured that there is a conflicting situation that must be addressed. In the political part, in the political ring, there are political activity going on. Now let's take a classical example. You agree to the fact that so many persons were already having the aspirations to run in these elections before Governor Obaseki went to PDP. And you think those persons does not have interest? The question is, how will the governor secure the interest of those people, secure the interest of the people, and as well secure the interest of those who move with him? So it is also true that by now this ought to be done. But if you look at it, there are political situations to problems. There are problems that will be on ground. You say, oh, this is a problem, we know. But the only panacea to address this problem is to look for a political solution. It happens in international politics and diplomacy. Now, in international law, you see maybe country have disputes. Let's say the United States, Britain, or other country decided, it was okay. Now, since it is like this, let's call both parties to sit. Let's look for a political solution to this problem. Believe you me, as we speak today, even I am speaking for myself. I am not speaking for the government. I am not speaking for the PDP as a party which I belong to. But I must tell you the simple truth that for those who have the conceptual skill, for those who have the ability to sense, you agree to the fact that there is a political infighting that must be addressed before the government can take a drastic decision in respect to this. I am not saying that what you guys said is not right. It is very right. The administration is supposed to make provisions for this. But boss, let me still tell you something in politics. Now, in the game of politics, people can say, hey, well, everybody fights. Just like when you want to dig a rabbit hole, you are hunting for a rabbit. Everybody digs this rabbit hole. When it is killed, you will not know that there are influential power that will come. Those who actually fought for the rabbit may not even have access to it. So even if the government chooses to say, hey, Usagwodogwodi come, you come, you are a front runner in this fight, you come, it will create room for more big fights. Even when they know that you did all you could to ensure that the government comes into being, there must be template for a sustainable negotiation. And I believe that that is what is happening now. Now, our barrister liking the situation to what the precedent created by the Buhari-led administration. Okay. Why did that happen? You agree to the fact that APC, the All Progressive Congress, as at then, was a new party. The need to reconcile everybody first before you come out with a structure became so imperative. That is from the political part. But legally, it is not right. But beyond that, I think Edo people supported this administration overwhelmingly. And for those who don't understand the political issues relating to the administrative activity in the state, they have a right to be angry. It is the truth. I cannot tell barrister not to be angry. I cannot tell my brother not to be angry. But I'm appealing to your conscience and use this as an opportunity to appeal to all Edolites. We know that it's all to be done. But please, the governor is still facing a very huge task and war internally. The war just transferred from one party to another, but the war is still there. So, barrister, I want to appeal to your conscience. Please and please, I know you have not fled up. You are bringing your own diplomatically, but you are hot inside. But with the youthful exuberance in us, my brother cannot bear it. So please take it from now.
Start, hold on right now, because like you're making a passionate appeal.
Yes,
after making that appeal, because of making that appeal, you are bringing out some other aspect that I really want to dive into inter-party war, because talking about he used the term war, but many of them will not agree to that. I said that all is cook and curry in the party. Yes. Now, is it all about who gets what, when, and how? Is that what is happening right now? Because, like, you know, a convergence of two political parties, some left the party and entered the other party. Is that what is really causing this delay from what Stan said, barrister?
Well, we'll see. I'm not privy to the agreement between the governor and the new party he joined.
Yes.
I'm not privy to it. But all we are saying is that the people of Edo State are first in this matter, and they must be considered.
Yes.
That is the issue on ground. Let me tell you what you see. My brother here likened Edo State to rabbit hole. Edo State cannot be a rabbit hole. And there is no rabbit we are looking for here. The truth is this.
That was just a classical example.
Yes. The truth is this, is that where we are failing, where our political leaders are failing, is that we don't consider merit in anything we are doing.
That's it.
An area of specialization. You go and bring somebody who read one thing, and you make him the commissioner for health. That is the problem. The fight on ground, to my mind, is that of who gets what, who gets the juicy appointments. That is the situation. So we are not looking at merit. If the governor comes out today to tell the people of Edo State, look, my dear people, I know how you supported me before, during, and after the election.
Hold on up, Barrister Manuel. So you're saying that it's all about power play?
It's all about power play. That is what is on ground. And it ought not to be so. So the people must be considered first. That's why you see I started with the constitution.
Yeah.
Because even the election of the governor or the person of the governor to the office of the governor is the election that makes that provision. The constitution rather that makes that provision. Now, why is it that we are choosing the weak side of the constitution, so to speak? Why? Why are we doing that? Look, the essence of the State Executive Council is for multiplicity of ideas.
Of course.
One man does not know it all. So bring people with merit, not people with questionable character. Because he has been in politics for 20 years, because he has been in politics for 50 years, because he controls XYZ. That is not the issue here. The issue here is that the constitution must be followed, and followed in whole. You just like I stated the provisions of the constitution, section 192, subsection 1 and 2, and section 14, subsection 4. You cannot read one section in isolation. You must marry a provision of the constitution with another. And that's why section 14, subsection 1 says diversity of the people. Now, can you imagine? We are going to 6 months. By next month, by May 12th, it will be 6 months since the swearing in of the governor. And you are saying 3 months, 4 months, 5 months is not enough. And like my co-panelist here said, this is the second term of the governor, for goodness sake.
Yes.
If really our leaders, with all due respect to them, they know what they are doing. In your second term, the first term should have given you a clue of what you expect or what you want to do in the second term. But we see, as it appears now, is that they don't even know what to do. So,
well, if they don't know what to do, people may take exception to that.
They should, and it's only the political leaders that will take exception. The people will not take exception. Because for you telling me that, oh, it is because the governor left one party to the other, that is why things seem to be difficult. That is not the issue.
All right.
The governor should have his plan.
All right.
And this our governor, to the way that you, the media, and other persons have said it, is a specialist. Okay. In terms of economy. All right. So we want to see that manifest in Edo State.
Okay, I will come back to you on that. Still talking about who gets what, how and when in this particular situation. You talked about settlement of people that really worked for the governor. You harped on that. Is it about settling the people or serving Edo State?
Now, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's lay the foundation of democracy. Why did the constitution said you must join a political party to contest for an election? Are you telling me, almost if that there is no brilliant people in PDP from all the 18 local governments of Edo State? I know this, my friend, very well. We are childhood friends. He's a brilliant young man. Are you telling me they make this guy commissioner, I will fight him? No. The reason the constitution said go and join a political party, because they know that they divested people inside that political party. What we are telling the governor, look, wait, let me shock you. No local government chairman, no councillor, no SSA, no SA, no commissioner, just one man show. Governor elected in his office. Now, let's come back. Let's come back home. The primary purpose of government is the welfare of the people. Can only the governor provide the needs of everybody in the 18 local government? Can he oversee everything that is happening in the 18 local government? What is the reason of commissioner? It's for commissioner of environment, for example, to move from point A to point B and report back to the governor. Likewise, other commissioners. So we are appealing to the governor and the PDP to do the needful. What the constitution, the provision of the constitution, that you must set up a cabinet. There's no definition anywhere that said democracy must be a one-man show. Like what we have in Edo State. It's just like we are having a one-man show. Everywhere is quiet.
Is it really a one-man show? We have the governor, we have the deputy, we have the chief of staff. Is that a one-man show?
We'll see.
We have, and because I've got newly appointed SAs. Is that a one-man show? What about the permanent secretaries? They are working. Is it
How many times have you seen Osaodia on television? For the past 5 months. Let me shock you. When we went in June, if the governor refused to do it, the governor and the PDP refused to do the needful, we don't have any other choice. Let's go to court for proper interpretation. We cannot remain like this. We're not in Banana Republic. Edo State is part of the Republic of Nigeria. Therefore, and Edo State is a home base of democracy. Of our founding father.
All right.
Blessed memorial Attorney
Inauro. Okay.
And other leaders of Edo State.
All right, I will come back to you, Omo Osifo. Well, Stan, you've heard them. He's still insisting that the party should be held liable. And according to him, it's a one-man show. Though I raised issues on that particular comment he made, because we have signed in right now SAs to the governors. We have the deputy governor. We have Osaodia. We have the permanent secretaries. Is it really a one-man show? Because it's insisting that is like just a one-person show.
We're only having a divergent view in one area. In the first area, I agreed, and that was why I appealed to their conscience to at least maintain a sense of decorum. But let me begin to respond based on what I'm not your linear colleagues because you're a professional. First, in respect to professionalism, an area of specialization, that is what ought to be done. And that is the fight in it now. But many persons, let's be sincere to ourselves. I am a member of the People Democratic Party. I believe you might not be a member of the People Democratic Party. You are only talking as a concerned Edolite who wants the best for Edo. You don't concern yourself with politics. But believe me, I am telling you the politics that is playing right now. Now, if the governor in itself, there are some persons as of today demanding for 4 commissioners for the governor. You have to give me 4 commissioners. I can't do that. I can't give you 4 commissioners.
Are you sure of that information? Are you privy to that information?
Excuse me. I only let a little out of the bag. There are so many we knew that we are aware of that I cannot speak for now, because under an administrative procedure, I have no right whatsoever to speak on behalf of the party, because I don't have that mandate. But as a concerned Edolite who still want the best for Edo, I should be able to protect the interest of Edo first before the governor in itself. So it's not about the governor now, but I'm telling you what is really happening. There, as we speak today, if the governor choose to follow the way individuals are expecting, not Edo individuals, I mean the political individuals, the next morning there will be appointments in Edo, but those appointments will never save you. But what the governor is concerning himself to is, at the end of the day, the dividend of democracy that my brother, my close ally, is yearning for becomes the order of the day. It is also true that there are lacunas, that's your language, in the area of the functionality in terms of bringing these persons in. But I think it is not about bringing in commissioners. It is about bringing in the people-oriented commissioner. But there are delays. I will acknowledge that delay. But still, my son, I honor this invitation because certainly I will always come here to make sure that I say it the way it is. In the sense that I cannot come here now to say, no, the government is not supposed to appoint. What will he appoint? He is supposed to do, no, begin to defend the indefensible. But I'm telling you the intricacies, the issues surrounding this activity. Now, if you look at the primordium of the development in Edo State, in the second term, not the first term, you will agree to the fact that, despite the fact that things are moving up well, but we are not seeing these things based on the fact that there are lacunas in the information communication sector. When you have a well-organized commissioner dispensing the information to the public in respect to the activity that the government has embarked upon, I believe some of us will say, okay, there's no commissioner here, there's supposed to bring commissioner, but everything is going on smoothly. Why do we need a commissioner safe? I don't know if you're getting me. So the point being made is very clear. Whether we like it or not, the end result is we continue to appeal to your conscience. Now, in respect, we are Benin. I'm a Benin man. I'm your we work. I will not come out to tell you now that I am not expecting to be appointed. If I'm given the opportunity to,
that is how I'm appointed.
Good. I am not telling you that I am not expecting. I am not willing to. But I still understand the fact that in the game of politics, it is the more you look, the less you see. And you should also know that the governor in himself was never a politician in his first tenure, but he cannot lay claim to not to be a politician.
He's a politician.
Because now he's already a politician. 4 years is large enough for one to be experienced in the game of politics.
All right.
Because himself,
all right now.
And the immediate past governor of Edo State, we are never a politician, but somebody acclimatized as a politician. So we expect him to as well acclimatize into the political ring. But sir, with all due respect, I am appealing to all Edolites. Give some time. Let the governor bring in a functional and a well-qualified commissioners, and not on the basis of political.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
After 4 years.
Almost, please watch your emotions. Watch your emotions. Now, he made a statement. The more you look, the less you see.
Okay.
Is that what you're experiencing right now, Barrister Emmanuel Bakolo?
I don't think we are looking at anything and whether we are seeing anything. I have 3 germane questions for my co-panelists here. 1, has the governor violated the constitution? Okay. 2, must the appointment of political office holders be from the same political party with the governor? Is that what the constitution says?
No.
So I don't know why somebody is telling me some people somewhere want the office for position commissioner. I'm not interested in that. What the people of Edo State are interested in is constitute the state executive council now. That is our interest.
Nothing more.
That
Well,
is our
I don't
interest.
think
Even
you need a
with
criminal
all these
to run your
squabbles,
affair.
hold on, understand, he has the floor. Even with all these internal problems around, because he talked about internal problems, should he just go there and just do it?
Who created the
Who
internal
created
problem?
the problem?
Is it the people of Edo State that created the internal problem? Is it the constitution that created the internal problem? Those who created the internal problem know what they created and why they created it. And that is not of our business. Our business is Edo State should be run the way the constitution provides for it to be run.
Of course.
That is our interest. And that's why I'm calling on the governor just now that he should do his best possible, just like Omo Osifo said. If between now and June the governor does not do the needful, we'll take him to court.
For proper interpretation.
We'll take him to court.
Of course.
Because the truth is that the people of Edo State love this governor and they voted for him.
Yes. All right.
And the people who voted for him are expecting him to do the needful.
Yes.
And that he must do. If the governor is listening to all those political office holders, all those same old folks, then the governor has himself to be blamed. That is not our business. Our business is this: the constitution must be followed. And that's why I started from the outset. I said the president laid this foundation. And today it has become a precedent. And I will not be surprised if after 2023 we see something like this again. And somebody will come and tell us it was because I moved from one political party to the other. That is not our business. Our business is follow the constitution. And that's why I told you, Kwesi, and my co-panelists here, that one thing that is happening in Nigeria, why is it that our political leaders always follow negative examples? They don't follow positive examples. Always negative. And today you see they'll be giving us excuses. We don't need that excuse again.
All right. All right. Now, what about the aspect of the states not really having enough to really take care of all these extra office, so to speak? Even if it's constitutional, maybe they don't have the money to finance, having a commissioner, SSAs or SA. What do you feel about it? Because once upon a time, even before the advent of the National Sports Festival, our beloved governor came out to tell the federation that we just can't host it because we are broke. Yeah, that's what he said before. One thing led to the other. Eventually, Edo State succeeded. But right now, do you think that that broken nature of the state is what is affecting this constitution of the State Executive Council? Omosifo.
Yes, I think I listened to the statement of our Excellency, Godinoga Obaseki, when he was making that statement. That statement he made, it was a political statement.
Political statement, how?
It was a political statement.
He recognizes politics. Thank you. Continue.
It was a political statement. Because if you check the IGRO of Edo State, as of February, as of January, as of December, November, than when he was sworn in, go and check it. The money and allocation that is coming from Abuja, are they not coming? The 30% oil derivation, are they not coming? The security vote of the governor, is it not coming? That's the reason I tagged that statement as a political statement. Now, the constitution has made provision for you to have your cabinet. If it is true that the government is telling Edo people that is broke, show us the records. Let some of us donate money for you to form your cabinet.
Seriously?
Of course!
Has it got into that?
Yes! Remember, our big brother, when South Africa was having a problem, we raised funds in Ogbe Stadium. I challenge the governor, let bring out the books. Let's look at the books to show Edo people if truly Edo State is broke. Edo State is not broke. Wilson, what we are appealing to the government, God will not go against Obaseki. Election have come, have gone. Campaign have come, have gone. Edo State, Edo Light. We have a lot of brilliant people. Like my young man here. I know what he did. I'm not a member of PDP. I don't even want to be in his cabinet. He should make sure all these guys that work with him, like this young man, we see, I challenge the governor. Let him call to this program and tell this man to write 100 names of commissioner. Within 1 minute, this man will write it. From Edo North, from Edo South, from Edo Central. He will write the names. So what are we saying? What are we waiting for? And he has promised during the campaign. That's the reason I like him so much. He said in administration, his cabinet, 50% is going to give it to the youth. Is it when the youth become 80 years, we're going to give them the position?
All right. Calm down.
That is the question.
Calm down.
We still happy to ask the governor. Is it when the youth is now 80 years, he wants to give them the position?
Okay.
Now, let me tell you. No,
because he cannot be there for 80 years.
Let me shock you. It was because the previous government brought him in, nurture him, give him the necessary tools to be able to elevate it, and I elevated him to become the governor. If he did not give this youth, that this young man sitting down with me, if he did not give the opportunity to come and be part of governance, how are you going to train them for tomorrow governor? Right. 2024 is just tomorrow.
All right. Almost, please watch your emotions. Calm down. Bring it down.
I will not bring it down.
Bring it down, please. Bring it down. Hold on, stand now. He said from his own analysis, his own investigation, so to speak, that the statement was a political statement, that the state isn't broke to the extent that they cannot really foot the bills of commissioners, SSAs, and of course SA. When you want to talk, even ED, so to speak, we want to talk about the running of governance. What do you feel about that?
First, the truth of the matter is very simple. In respect to the issue he raised about the IGROs and all, I have told you before now that I came here not to dispute anybody. Because before a great comrade like this raised an issue, there is an evidence at his disposal. But the only issue I would like to discuss about here is what is the value of money? Because as at 2000, even 90s, let's leave the 90s, let's look at 2000. We have 1,000 naira. The 1,000 naira is still invoked tomorrow. But what was the value of 1,000 naira yesterday and as at today? What is the population density as at yesterday and today? What is the need and what is the want of the people as at yesterday and as at today? What is the level of increment in terms of the resources accruing to the state? And is the need of the people greater than what we have as income? These are factors we'll put into consideration when discussing the monetary part of it all. But I don't want to go beyond that, because the truth of the matter is simple. I did not promise Governor Obaseki that I want to sacrifice my political future for him. I did not promise him that. I only promised him that we're going to make sure that you return as governor, because of the fact that we will not allow one man to decide our collective destiny. So on my part, I am not here as a spokesperson to the governor. I am here to speak based on my logical thinking. And I can, if you are privy to what happened during the election, I am the man who sang "Oga Carry Your Ticket Go," that later became the campaign song of the governor. That "Oga Carry Ticket Go" came from me. So that is that. Then again, in respect to what my father, Barrister, just said, Barrister, it is also true that it must not be from the political party. You can appoint people outside the political party. It is true, but the most difficult thing in life is to manage human beings. And there is no way you can have a peaceful administration when there is conflict, or when there are conflict, as the case may be. There are some decisions you will take just to make this okay, but the end result may be disastrous. We are not saying that great and competent aficionados in various professions should not be incorporated into the scheme of things. They should. After all, the governor of Edo State won under the template of the PDP, but that does not make it to be a PDP governor. He is an Edo State governor. Thank you. I don't know if you are getting. He is an Edo State governor. So if a man from Abga have the capacity to assist in pushing the state forward, let the man come into work. And the reason why I decided to take the backstage is that I also know that, because I came on your media here and I told all the people that I fought the governor because in the past, because he did not give me stomach infrastructure. I said it here. But luckily for me, the same stomach infrastructure that I'm looking for, I am getting it separately from government. Those who supported the governor through me are not giving me their jobs on a daily basis.
Could you please interpret?
Uncle, not repeat me like that again. So for now, since I already have, excuse me, sir, let me submit. Excuse me. No. Are you getting getting the point? So because of this, we now see reasons to be patient. Somebody wrote on my media handle today, my Facebook wall. He said, you are expecting an appointment for the governor. You are expecting an appointment. And I replied, I asked him, have I ever told you or pretended in the past that I don't need an appointment?
Need it.
I have never said that. But what I'm saying in a nutshell, ipso facto, is this. If we do it the way it's supposed to be, and what you are agitating for, let it be the way it's supposed to be. You are right, sir. But believe me, the aftermath effect may as well slow the administration beyond what we are saying.
So you are appealing for more time?
Yeah, apart from appealing for more time, the government is in the best position to send a spokesperson to come and tell the people that he's appealing for more time.
Right.
Not me. But what I'm saying is this. I am appealing to you and all other Edolites. Let us not waive the support we have for him now. And I call on the government himself. It is time for you to do the needful.
Of course.
Even if people are pressuring, if people are disturbing you, cry out. Because you cried out during the elections. That have been intimidated. I cannot speak. If they are preventing you for your name to be destroyed, cry out. Let us who are preventing you become the sacred cow. That's certainly not you. So that is my point.
All right,
and I said, I want to round up. I said, I don't want to sacrifice my political future for anybody. I may be a governor in Edo State tomorrow. I may be a member of House of Rep. So when I see through and I begin to say no, it's a lie, I am damaging myself.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We've spoken at length. We've spent more time on this particular discourse. Don't forget we have other topics to really, delve into on this platform. So I'm going to give all of you 45 seconds each to summarize your point. Let me start off from you, Barrister Emmanuel Obakbalo. What advice do you have for the governor, even the political party, and Edo State citizens? Sum it up in 45 seconds.
Mr. Governor, my advice for you this morning is to follow the Constitution the way the Constitution says things should be done.
All right.
That is my advice.
All right, thank you. Omosifo.
My advice for the governor and the political party PDP, if by June you people refuse to do the needful, we don't have any other choice to go to court for proper interpretation.
Omosifo, take it easy. Calm down. Calm down. Stand for 5 seconds.
My advice to the governor is to put the interest of Edo people first beyond political party. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your wonderful, analysis. We're like getting heated up here in the studio. Kind of constructive heat, so to speak, because no insults were thrown at anyone. Just spoke your mind the way issues ought to be addressed. Talking about the needs of the people, talking about forming of cabinets, talking about putting Edo people first rather than political party. Well, one of my analysts said something. If there's pressure somewhere preventing you from doing what you ought to do, in constituting this cabinet, cry out. Let the state know why there is this delay. Is anyone squeezing you where it ought not to squeeze you, or mounting pressure on you where it ought not to mount pressure on you? You let the people know, because the people are like, how will I put it now? Apprehensive. They're asking questions. What is really happening? Some of them couldn't hold their emotions here in the studio. Now, if you go to the street, what do you think the pulse of the people will be in this regard? According to many persons, one man or three men or some other person just can't do it all. They are saying that you need a cabinet. Bring it forth. If there are issues, you let those citizens know. And you trust what they can do, just to say, look, leave our governor alone, let him do what he ought to do for our own benefit, because it's all about the people. Gentlemen, I appreciate the wonderful analysis. Thank you so much for coming. Right now, I want to go for a breakable return. It's all about the political situation, situation of the country. Special focus on the attack on the governor of Imo State. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.